Hi, this is Jamal. On Benghazi, can I just say one thing? Okay, let's just say, for instance, that the president is telling the truth. Let's just say that the administration itself is telling the truth. That the assets. That's one of the questions. My head is on cricket. That's one of the questions. The assets, the military assets. Did we have sufficient assets in the region? I keep hearing all this stuff, and I've been hearing it for weeks and for months, and we even heard it again today. That there were no assets in the region. That there were some in Italy and this other place, and they didn't have enough time to get there. Okay, let's leave out the fact that the attack lasted 7-8 hours. So even if assets were 4 or 5 hours away somewhere else, they could have got there. The attack lasted 8 hours. Is that not correct? Okay. But let's just say that for some unforeseen reason that the assets really, U.S. assets, quote unquote, could not get there. I'm sorry, don't we have a supposed U.S. ally who gets about $2 or $3 billion every year in U.S. aid, military aid, direct U.S. military aid by the name of Egypt? Is that country not next door to Libya? Do we not send them tanks? Do we not send them planes? Do we not send them ammunition? Have we not trained their special forces? Have we not trained their military? Isn't Egypt supposed to be one of our biggest allies in the region, besides Israel and Jordan? I mean, and Saudi Arabia, isn't Egypt supposed to be one of our biggest allies? I mean, did we not just remove one of their dictators, help remove one of their dictators from power that the people wanted to get rid of it? I mean, is it not true that during Mubarak's rule, the guy received $30 to $40 billion direct dollars from the United States? A lot of that money going directly to the military, going directly to the army. And you mean to tell me that a country that basically feeds off the tit of our country, the welfare tit, we give them military aid, we give them humanitarian aid, food. So you mean to tell me that that country, with their sophisticated weaponry that we've given them, you mean to tell me they couldn't swoop in with a few fighter jets and rescue our people? You mean to tell me their special forces and their army that we have trained couldn't have went in and saved our diplomats and saved those CIA agents, the former CIA agents at the annex in Benghazi? You mean to tell me that? That's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. How is that our ally? Why has no one asked that question? Okay, so U.S. assets were in Italy and all these other places that I keep hearing about all on TV. But what about Egypt? Is that not our ally? Are those not our assets? We paid for them. That military, that big military in Egypt, that's our military. We paid for that. What about the Jordanians? I mean, all these countries that are in that region, these Northern African and Middle East countries that are much closer to that region than we are, and these are supposed to be our allies. Why couldn't they come in? Allies that we give money. Why couldn't they come in and save our people? Why wasn't that order given? Why isn't that not being talked about?